Finally, a victory for the good guys. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the New York Supreme Court ordering that New York City reinstate their unvaccinated employees who had been fired as a result of not getting the shot. Now, this is tremendous, and before I get into the details, I said this right here on this channel. People were asking me, hey, I'm getting fired by New York City, or they're trying to let me go. Should I quit? Should I get fired? What should I do? I was like, look, go ahead and get fired. If they fire you because you're unvaccinated, you have a lawsuit and you'll be able to win soon. I have faith that you'll be able to win, and here we are. There was all type of court action going on for a very long time, and shout out to everybody that's out there in New York City, all the municipal workers who were fired because they were not vaccinated. You have been vindicated. You were right all along to not get the shot, to stick to your guns. Not only will you get your job back, but you'll get back pay. So I'm not sure how long it's been going on, for a year or 2 years that you've been fired from your job. You should have been on the job getting paid. You're going to get that back pay and your job back. This is a victory for the good guys. It didn't make any sense to require a vaccination from an employer point of view. It's like, look, I'm out here driving the bus. I'm out here taking the trash out. Why must I get this vaccination? If I want to get it, that's my prerogative. And just to be clear, I'm not anti-vax. Somebody might want to say, oh, you're anti-vax, you're a tinfoil hat wearer, all this and that and the third, all kind of pejorative things. It's not even about that. I'm about personal freedom when it comes to medical decisions. All right. If you are an adult over the age of 18, you can decide what you do medically. Now, as far as killing the baby, that's a different story, because that's not your body, really. That's the baby's body. That's a different story. I'll move on. But if you want to remove your limbs because you want to be transabled, go ahead. If you want to take your eyeballs out because you want to be blind, go ahead. If you want to get the vax for your own protection or for whatever reason you want, then go ahead and get it. But if you don't want to get it, then you shouldn't be forced to get the vaccine. And the New York Supreme Court agrees with me. Now, let's get into the article. And of course, this article will be in the description box. Not only do I have an article, I have some paperwork in the actual article as far as the ruling is concerned. And we'll go through that a little bit here. But that's the governor right there, Kathy Hochul. That is a very unfortunate picture of her. Shout out to the governor, though. Anyway, you see the headline: Court orders New York City to reinstate unvaccinated employees, give back pay. That's the key right there, because it's one thing to get my job back, but okay, so I was unemployed for a certain period of time. I did not have the job I was supposed to have. I might have gone into debt for a while, because how long did it take for me to find a new job? Okay, I got fired and I got to move on, but I've been working there 15 years. I'm relying upon this money. This is my skill. This is what I do. It might have taken me 2 or 3 months to find a job during the scamdemic, plan, whatever it is, demic. So what about that? How am I going to be compensated for that? And then even more than that, back pay might not even be the only thing that I get back, because a lot of people deleted themselves during the pandemic because of the despair of not having a job, of being isolated. It was very bad, but I don't want to go too far down that deep, dark road. So let's keep on rocking here. So the New York Supreme Court ruled Tuesday that the New York City cannot fire employees for not getting vaccinated against the virus, dealing a blow to Democratic Mayor Eric Adams' pandemic policy. And let's pause right there for a minute, because just the other day I reported that they were loosening the restrictions on private workers. So there was a mandate, even if you are a private worker, you had your own business or you work for a business that's not New York City government, there was a vax mandate for you, but that got lifted. And before that, there was a vaccine mandate for athletes and entertainers that got lifted. So it was just one by one. And the last one to stand was New York City municipal workers. And I already knew there was going to be court action going on with that because of the back pay and everything else. So I figured they'd be the next domino to drop. And here we are today talking about that exact same thing that I was, I guess you would say, speculating on. But anyway, the court ordered the city to reinstate all fired employees and grant them back pay, citing the fact that being vaccinated against COVID-19 does not stop an individual from catching or spreading the virus, and thus being vaccinated does not grant enough community-wide benefit to warrant a mandate. Now, that's a good reason, I suppose. But even if it did work in the way that they said it was going to work from the beginning, which it does not work right now, even if it did work that way, I shouldn't be required to get it, because now we're seeing some side effects, allegedly, perhaps, potentially, maybe. I'm saying that for the YouTube censors out there so they can't flag this video down. But y'all know what's going on, blood clots and heart attacks and people passing out and all kind of stuff. 25 years old, healthy, all of a sudden you kill over and die from a heart attack, and you got a blood clot looking like something from Alien versus Predator inside your bloodstream, right? Inside your arteries, you got stuff being blocked, like organisms in there looking like, seriously, like Alien versus Predator, Prometheus, but I digress. You shouldn't be required to get the shot regardless of if it works or not. But this ruling says it doesn't even work in the way that they said it should work for the benefit of having it. But we'll move on. The health commissioner, quote, acted beyond his authority, unquote, by issuing an indefinite vaccine mandate rather than a temporary one, according to the court. So this right here is some documentation. We can kind of go through this briefly here. So accordingly, it is hereby ordered that the petition is granted, et cetera, et cetera. Let's get into a little bit more here. Order that a declaratory judgment is granted that the Commissioner of Health and Mental Hygiene's order dated October 20th, 2021. So we're talking about a year, almost a year to the day, violates a petitioner's substantive and procedural due process rights pursuant to New York Constitution Article, Article 1, Section 6. Order that a declaratory judgment is granted in that this court finds the commissioner lacks the power and authority to permanently exclude the petitioners from their workplace. So he didn't have the right to say, all right, if you don't have the vax, you can't come to work. Order that this court finds the Commissioner of Health and Mental Hygiene's order dated October 20th, arbitrary and capricious pursuant to CPLR Section 7803. Basically, it's just like really random, inconsistent, kind of just arbitrary, just thrown out there. Just throwing something on the wall, see if it sticks. That's pretty much what this says. And if I'm wrong about that, you lawyers out there, y'all please correct me in the comments below. Order that this court finds the Commissioner of Health and Mental Hygiene's order dated December 13th, 2021, arbitrary and capricious pursuant to CPLR Section 7803, et cetera, so on and so forth. And here's one of the main things. Order that the terminated petitioners are hereby reinstated to their full employment status effective October 25th, 2022 at 6 a.m. That is this morning, right now, today. I'm recording this right now. It's about 2:30 p.m., October 25th, 2022. So today, they're getting their money back and their job back right now today. So shout out to them. Shout out to everybody that held the line, who did not fold, who did not cave. I know it's hard because people got families, they got kids, they got relatives maybe sick and need their support, need their money. So it's like you get the shot or you lose your job. People made a very tough decision. Okay, and if they got fired as a result, things may come to a screeching halt until you can find new employment. You may not be able to find equivalent employment. You might have to actually leave New York City, like totally move away. Your life may have been ruined as a result of this ridiculous order they put out there. But now there is some relief. You guys are coming back and you getting your money back. And I want to know if, let's just say you left New York City. After this happened, you like, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to Florida. I'm hanging out with Ron DeSantis. I only got time for this. I wonder if you did that, will you still be eligible to get your back pay? You know, that's kind of what I'm wondering. Is it only those who are part of the lawsuit? I don't think so. It's probably just all unvaccinated workers in New York City, municipal workers work for the actual city government. I think they will be reinstated and they give her their money back. But as I close, I want to say this. This whole thing with the virus and the lockdowns was ridiculous from the beginning. People got scared and they pretty much went with anything. Governments took opportunity to just grab power. They grabbed the power and just used it however they saw fit. Locking you in your house, getting you fired from your job, making you get all types of shots in your body. They don't even know what's going on, talking about, oh, well, that one is better than this one. Don't take that one. Oh, well, now it doesn't work anymore. Get boosted number 1, number 2, number 3. Oh, matter of fact, oops, it don't even work the way we said it worked. We said it was going to prevent you from catching and spreading it. It doesn't even do that. maybe it gives you fewer symptoms, but now you have other things going on that are not related to the virus. It was a whole big mess from the beginning. And I hope there are books written about this, movies done about this, to warn us to not go down this direction ever again. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about this ruling from New York's Supreme Court? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. Do you think it was the right thing to do to have a vaccine mandate from the very beginning? After all, it was a brand new bug. People were scared. Was it the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This was 1,000, 1 trillion million. How about I say 100 billion, trillion, billion, million, zillion? It was the absolute wrong thing to do from the very beginning. And I'm glad that people who were fired as a result of not being vaccinated in New York City are getting some justice. And like I said, it may not necessarily be all of what they could get. You could sue for damages. That could be next. I'm not sure if that's actually been done or if it's in the works, because a lot of people had some really, really hard times as a result of that. People's lives were ruined as a result of that. Thanks for my job back and thanks for the back pay. What about my life? How it got ruined? How about any kind of damage to me physically, mentally, spiritually? How about that? Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.